Let's take a look at the fastest way to get through this SAT math question based upon a quadratic. We can see that it's giving us our equation here, and then it's saying, hey, there's no real solutions, and we need to come through and we need to solve for k. Now, this could seem very overwhelming because we don't have any k in our equation, but it is giving me a relationship between k and c, and I do see C in my equation. Now, because of this no real solutions, I'm recognizing that I need to go straight to my discriminant. Reminder on that discriminant, it's b squared minus 4ac. In this case, my b is equal to 38. I know a is equal to -1. C, I'm just going to leave as C, and I'm going to come through and plug these things in. So we've got 38 squared minus 4 times -1 times C. Now, because this has no real solutions, I need to say that my discriminant is going to be less than 0. So this is going to give me 1444 plus 4c. Make sure you keep track of your sign there, less than 0. I'm going to subtract my 144, put it on the other side. 4c is less than -144. I'm going to come through and I'm going to divide both sides by 4. We don't need to flip that inequality because we're not multiplying or dividing by a negative. So I'm going to keep my c and my less than moving down here, and I get -361. Now, this is going to be direct substitution here. So when I mirror my given equation versus my current equation, I'm going to go ahead and say the greatest possible value of C is -361. All right, so what are some things that we need to remember here? First and foremost, we need to remember where that discriminant is coming from. And it's coming directly from our quadratic equation, -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that discriminant is the part that hides inside our radical here. And that's going to tell us a couple of things. When our discriminant, and I'm just going to write that as a capital D here for you, is equal to 0, there's going to be one real solution. When our discriminant is less than 0, remember, we can't take the square root of a negative number. Anything less than 0 is a negative number. That's where we're going to get two imaginary solutions, if you remember that from math class, which also means there's no real solutions because they're imaginary. Finally, if D is greater than 0, there's going to be two real solutions. So it's really important that we have that discriminant ready to go and that we can plug in based upon what the equation is giving us. One real, no real, or two real solutions. We can go ahead and set up our inequality or our full equation this way. Don't overcomplicate this in terms of how do I solve for K. Notice that, please, our given prompt is in the exact same format as our final equation. So we have directly what K is going to be in this case. Just as an added hint, please also keep in mind that the rest of your quadratic, -b over 2a, is going to give you the x value at your vertex or the x value at your max or your min, which also is your line of symmetry.